So far we have seen how complex the digital marketing landscape is. So henceforth, for us, we need a framework. And this is the structure that I'm looking at. So the structure that I'm looking at here is designed and developed by this company in UK called Smart Insights. I got this because this has been used by a lot of well-known international players, like, for example, Unilever, even like GE, General Electrics, if you're looking at the B2B segments. So this is a proven structure. The first thing that we do here is we look at plan. So we need to have a plan in order for us to define our goals and strategies. We need a blueprint before we start going through down the funnel. So, and this funnel itself is actually work on this model called the AIDA model. So a funnel looks like this, and it starts with this first alphabet called A. I-D-A. AIDA. So stands for AIDA. And AIDA, the first letter, anybody knows what is the first letter here? Awareness, right? Awareness. So the next one, I, interest. Yeah, that's right. How about the third one? D. D stands for desire. I could hear a song coming out, desire. I don't know who's the singer though. And the last one, which all businesses, all marketers wants, action. So before somebody can take an action, so I draw this particular individual that we're looking at, before they can actually move all the way down to take an action, they need to go through a funnel. They need to go through a funnel. And the funnel that looks like this, they need to go through the top of the funnel, which is basically TOFU. And this part here, after they have gone through the TOFU, they are aware that they have a problem, they have a need in their business, and they can afford to pay for the business. They have a budget for it. If you are targeting someone who has a need, but doesn't have a clarity whether they can afford, it's going to be very hard to convert that particular individual or that particular business owner. So first of all, awareness. So awareness also does about educating. It's just not about corporate branding, but it's all about educating about the product category. We have one specific about cloud services. We have one for cybersecurity. We have one for smart services. Every single one of the awareness campaign that you develop has to be very, very targeted to that particular one individuals they're looking at. So this is at the top of the funnel. So this is what it stands for, top of the funnel, TOFU, right? So can everybody now, right now, just press the space bar and say TOFU. Everybody say TOFU.
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 Okay.
Tofu.
Not tofu, tofu, tofu. Tofu, right?
Tofu.
So tofu is at the awareness stage itself. And the next thing that you have here in interest, after they're aware that they have a problem, and probably the things that they understand that they can afford it, they are willing to put a budget behind it. This is where they start to be interested. This is where you start to engage them and they become interested of your solutions. From interest, if they say that, wow, your value proposition is really, really good, and this is what I want, I'm interested, so I have that desire. I'm convicted that whatever you're telling me is something I really, really need. That's where the desire is. So at this stage of interest and desire is what I call at the funnel, MOFU, stands for MOFU. MOFU in the stage of the funnel stands for middle of the funnel. So everybody say MOFU.
Tofu.
Tofu.
All right. All right. MOFU. So MOFU is the interest and desire stage. And the last one is called BOFU, bottom of the funnel. BOFU. So every one of us wants our target market, that particular individual who is a key decision makers, to take action, to contact our sales consultant, to find out more information, or even ask inquiry. So all this is measured by what I call cost per action, CPA. So CPA is one of the cost of action. Whatever actions that we have, we need to have a first party data to understand that as our stranger who doesn't know about our business and our solutions, aware that they need a solution and they are willing to put a budget behind it. So as they go through the TOFU and MOFU and BOFU stage, we can measure every of the stages, TOFU, MOFU, and BOFU, we can measure data. So digital marketing is all about data measurements. If we can measure, then we can measure the efficacy of these activities that we have that helps the consumer's journey from being aware to be interested to desire and take action. And the things that along those activities and along the process of the customer journey, we will collect those data. Every of the activities has a cost to it. So like, for example, in awareness, you probably would do paid search or display ads in the Google Display Network. And you also have ads in LinkedIn. Any of your awareness campaign that you do, you have data and it has costs that is attached to it. So this is where this whole framework of this AIDA model going through the TOFU, MOFU stage is based on by Smart Insights to develop this part of the structure. So you can see a resemblance of this funnel here. So you see the funnel and you have AIDA, TOFU, MOFU, BOFU. Everybody can see the relation between the AIDA model and this Smart Insights model. This is a very important fundamental understanding that you should have before we start thinking, should we have a Facebook page? Should we do Instagram Reels? Should we do a Clubhouse? Before even we decide in terms of doing this, we got to understand the consumer journey first. We got to understand the funnel. So in other words, we're doing funnel marketing. So your fishing expedition is about funnel marketing. It's about funnel marketing. It's the AIDA model. Use the AIDA model. We use the Smart Insights model, the funnel model. So this is what is fishing expedition.